Hi guys, welcome to the channel of Love. Okay, it's 11:43, so when it turns 11:44, it's like calling all light workers. I am having a few days off, but for some reason, we need to do a reading. I was going to get cracking with reading Going the Extra Mile for our study group book, but it's like we have to do a reading first, and this reading is Fairy Tale on Friday. It's 11:44. I'm not going to be premiering this. This is just a reading. I'm not sure why I'm doing it. I'm not sure why I'm doing it before I read that chapter. So, okay, let's get on. We're going to do a Celtic cross. There's a fairy tale that needs to be told this Friday. 9 of Spring and Justice. Protect the fruits of your labour. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. And environmental conservation. Take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. Challenge? Divine Feminine with the Divine Masculine. A renewal. Okay. Divine Feminine, you need to protect the fruits of your labour, all that hard work, all that study that you've done, all that knowledge that you have within, okay? Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. So we know that we have the ebb and flow of life, okay? That wheel of fortune will always spin. And then there's environmental conservation, and I felt like I want to say conservation, environmental conservation, but I wanted to say conversation. Then we have the Justice card. Take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. This is no time for a conversation, Divine Feminine, with your Divine Masculine. This is a time for you to protect the fruits of your labours. Okay. The challenge is you actually being in the Divine Feminine status. So that's like you having this need to have a conversation to get a few things. Feels very much like that's how you want to bring justice in. It feels like you have a right to know. And they're saying, no, you're not to push justice. It will do, Divine will deal with justice. So the 9 of Autumn is the challenge. You're actually staying in your Divine Feminine energy, independent. Reward yourself for all your hard work. So that's about you protecting the fruits of your labour. You haven't come this far to kind of backtrack, and it feels like a needy energy here. Being happily and successfully self-employed, so you need to focus on that, and cherishing your time alone. So you could be feeling lonely, Divine Feminine. The challenge is Judgment, card number 20, but it's called Renewal. Review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future, understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. So it's not going to be wise really to reach out to your Divine Masculine, I want to say this weekend, if you're tempted to, because he's in this state of reviewing past and the present. Okay, he's trying to understand his life's purpose, and he's releasing judgments of himself and others. So that's why it feels like it's best. Okay. Focus on you, Divine Feminine. Let's have a look at what's gone on over the week then for this energy to be here. Princess of Spring, because you're feeling optimistic, Divine Feminine, enthusiastic, creative and energetic. So you might have some get up and go. You might be feeling quite brave and mischievous and courageous and not really caring. Why can't I reach out to my Divine Masculine? That's silly. Well, the cards are kind of saying it's maybe best not to, because his mindset is he's a bit all over the place. Okay, thinking about his past, his future. What's his purpose here on life? What's his purpose here on life? Yeah, that's what he's going over, his beliefs on his purpose here. What's he want to do this lifetime? Who's he want to be? Where's he want to go? And he's releasing judgments of himself and others. And so it might not just be the right time for you to come in, okay, and be all bouncy and bubbly when he's in this state of confusion. It's time to go after your dreams. That's kind of what you've been told over this week, okay? It's time for me to go after my dreams. Do something that expands your horizons and let your creativity take flight. So I feel there's an excited energy here, as if you're feeling, well, I feel it's like the perfect time. Well, okay. You need to go within. It's you might be getting mixed messages as well. Because you do know the truth, you're trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, and insights that come through meditation. Even though this is a past energy, I feel like you have spurts of this. Let your creativity take flight. We have these pushes from the divine, it's now time to go after your dreams. Well, we have the high priestess here, so you are trusting your intuition, but I feel that maybe you need to go within, meditate, and meditate on what I've just said, whether or not is it really the right time, or is it just you feeling very courageous and brave, a little bit of a minx, I want to say, when it comes to maybe trying to push along the connection, because we've got the Four of Spring here. Be grateful, you have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. This might be you, Divine Feminine. Doesn't mean that your Divine Masculine's in this energy of, let's get married. I feel so much better now. I can see the truth and, okay, let's just run away and live happily ever after. It might be as easy as that for you, Divine Feminine. I don't feel it is for the Divine Masculine. Okay. Let's look at the current energy, because that was the past energy there. So I feel like you've had a massive awakening and you're believing that your Divine Masculine is at the same spot as you. I'm not sure he believes he can fly yet, so... Current energy is the Three of Summer. It's the Divine Feminines who are celebrating. Okay, it's news worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations or births, and friends you cherish. So the current energy is the Divine Feminines are very like, ta-da! And that's done. Okay, now what? Well, the Divine Masculine, he's still reviewing, renewing. I feel like some soul contracts he's got with himself. Looking into the future, we have the Prince of Winter. Intellectual, determined, focused and impulsive. So it is the Divine Masculine who will come in. I mean, you're going to be surprised, Divine Feminine. At the moment, you're really expecting it. And it's like, you could be lining yourself up to be disappointed, because it's going to come when you're least expecting it. It's the impulsiveness here of the Divine Masculine. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. That's what he's doing. The need to act quickly and decisively. Sudden or unexpected changes. That's what will come in the future, Divine Feminine. If you're waiting for it, swinging around, it's coming, when's he going to call? When's he going to propose? And you get too lost in this fantasy land, you've left your Nine of Pentacles energy. So it feels very much like you may be just flying a bit too high with the fairies at the moment. You might need to just ground yourself. Okay. What's helping behind the scenes? I do imagine all this creativity is helping, okay? But that doesn't mean that you need to step in the physical. Let's get physical, physical. You're craving for, to go. Another go. It's the World card. It's like you're just craving for some adventure, a brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, and a journey that is now complete for you, Divine Feminine. So, Divine Feminines, we're celebrating, okay? It's news worth celebrating. We're like, through. Announcements such as weddings, graduations or births, and friends you can cherish. So, okay, you're going to have to wait for those announcements. So, you best get busy protecting the fruits of your labour, because you've worked hard to be who you are now. You really have worked hard on yourself, and you're here to be the Divine Feminine. Let's have a look at how you're viewing yourself. Eight of Winter, seriously. It's like you're all gowned up, you're all ready. You're kind of saying to the Divine Masculine, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself. Well, so do you, Divine Feminine. And even though you can feel that it's close, it's like, it's just not close enough for you. So you're kind of like looking over your shoulder going, I'm kind of ready to hit. I don't know what this is. She's on a slab of ice, but it looks like she's just about to float towards like a pier so that she can actually get off. And it says you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking that you're powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. And I feel like this is not the time to say that to the Divine Masculine. And not to have that conversation. It's not time for you to say to him, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself. You think you're powerless when you're not. And it's like you want to fill in all the details. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. It's like it's not the time or the place or the weekend to be able to express those words of wisdom to the Divine Masculine. Very wise. You're absolutely correct. But there's something here about the Divine Masculine needing to go through self-realisation. Okay. The awakening, how this is affecting others. The awakening, you can't get involved in someone's awakening process. Only by being an example. It's not about telling people. It's not like, well, I'll tell them. It's like, no, show them. Show them how it's done. So with the Divine Masculine's energy here, we have the awakening. Change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in action. How this is affecting others. I feel this is a Divine Masculine saying to you, change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness. There's a temporary pause in the action. It's like, don't become all desperate and needy now. Impatient. Patience is a virtue. So let's have a look at any hopes or fears. This might come in with the chapter we're going to be reading about going the extra mile. Ace of Summer. No need to have any fears. Is there another card under here? I feel like there's two. Ace of Summer. Open your heart to love. The beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one. The awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. The awakening of psychic abilities for the Divine Masculine and epiphanies and spiritual epiphanies. That has nothing to do with you, Divine Feminine. Okay. Ace of Summer. Divine Feminine, you need to open your heart to love. The beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one. And you're fearing that there isn't going to be a rebirth, or can you ever open your heart up to an intimate relationship? Well, yes, but at the moment it's kind of like you want it now. So it feels very much Divine Feminine as if you feel you're running out of time. And the Divine Masculine's like, no, there's just divine timing. So let's have a look at the outcome. If you take on this information, the outcome's always if you take into consideration, or take into consideration the information that's shared. And you've got the Empress status. That's nice. It's time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. You need to be the Empress. Got the Divine Feminine, but also in the Empress energy. So you need to be acting as if, without the need to push it. Okay. Act like that divine counterpart. Because the Emperor will know that if he believes in himself, he has what it takes. He knows he has all the power that he needs. And he's very confident, isn't he? And he can get what he wants. Okay, so, very interesting. It's an emergency vehicle in the background. What does this say? Four of Autumn. Okay, building firm foundations here. It says manage your resources wisely. I was going to say archive. Achieve a balance in how you spend and save money and help out those who are less fortunate. That's brilliant because it's so going to come in with going the extra mile. So, make sure you have a listen to that chapter once I've uploaded it. I think it would be very beneficial for you to take your mind off having to push this situation. Okay, so manage your resources wisely. Achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, and help out those who are less fortunate. The thought of autumn. I'm going to keep this reading short and sweet so that I can get off and actually read that chapter. There's a card left. Faith. Just finished that chapter. Employ applied faith. Might be worthwhile watching those two videos on that chapter. Faith is such a powerful quality that it moves mountains. Angel wisdom reminds you, however, not to have blind faith in people or situations. Use common sense and discernment and never give your power to another. Instead, put your faith in yourself and the higher powers. And that's you, Divine Feminine. If you don't have faith that this is all going to work out, you're not trusting God, are you? Okay, and if you're in the High Priestess energy, you know better than that. So angel wisdom reminds you, however, not to have blind faith in people or situations. Use common sense and discernment and never give your power to another. You are the Empress. Okay? You don't need to be chasing the Emperor. Instead, put your faith in yourself and the higher powers. Pray with integrity from your still, wise centre and know that your request will be granted. Act as if it has already manifested. That is faith. Act as if, Divine Feminine. You're the Empress. Your angel guidance is to increase your faith in the infinite. Affirmation, I have faith in the support of the universe. Well, let's hope so. The world. Okay, let's get another one. So Divine Feminine, you have to work on applying this faith in your life. Divine Masculine, I feel like I'm getting a card for you. Generosity. Generosity is a quality of spirit. It is rejoicing in the good fortune of others, even when you have nothing to celebrate yourself. It is an attitude of mind which means that you are happy to give without expecting in return. Drawing this card invites you to be generous-hearted and indicates that you are ready to aspire to this noble quality. Angel wisdom suggests that you give of yourself freely, openly and lovingly. The rewards of generosity are great, for all that you give from an open heart is returned to you multiplied. Affirmation, I am generous-hearted. I feel you're both working on this quality. So let me pull a an oracle of shadows and light, and then I'm going to get off, guys. And I will leave you to to enact going the extra mile this weekend in your own way. Guys, if you want to book yourself in a potluck reading, I'm going to be doing those next week. They're £25. You're not going to know what kind of reading you're going to get. You can most definitely ask me any specific questions that you have, but as in whether it be a free flow or a Celtic cross, who knows what's going to come out. Okay, but email me. Details are in the description box, and I'll be working on them last week. I'll be working on those last week. Wow. I don't know how that would happen unless we do a bit of time travelling. I'll work on those next week after I've taken a little break this weekend. It does feel like it's Saturday today. I felt like yesterday was Friday. Anyway, it is Friday today. It is. Okay. Let's see what card wants to come out. Oh my goodness, my heart's beating really fast, and I could feel that card and I felt like I had something in my eye. What's the song about stick a needle in my eye? Is that about lying? No, I'm seriously, I was planning on taking like today off, and they were like, no, let's do this before that chapter. So well, it makes sense, guys. It does make sense. But I love doing readings, but it's nice to have a break. Nice to fill my time with something else. Let's put it that way. Okay, that's kind of like relevant with this, isn't it? Divine Feminine, protect the fruits of your labours. Okay. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead and environmental conservation. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. That will come in with going, like when you're out and about, going the extra mile. How can you go the extra mile and help others who might you might see people who are struggling with challenges? Well, we've got the Pink Lotus Fairy, a time for spirit. That's what it is, a time for spirit. Card number 43. I don't know why I took my time to kind of go through that book, but hey, I did. Let's see what the message is about the Pink Lotus Fairy. You may love your guilt-free rants, staying up too late and happily behaving badly, but you're about to balance all that out with some very powerful new spiritual teachings and connections. So it's really important, Divine Feminists, that I feel like there's some more things for you to tap into. And I feel you've directed your energy away from this important work, and there's frustration that's gone. It's not frustration, it's just optimism. Okay. You are to meet a wise one who seems very still, very slow, and very peaceful. And I feel that's your Divine Masculine. You're all bouncy, and he's a very wise one now. He's had a renewal. Like he's had a good chat with himself. So you are to meet a wise one who seems very still, very slow, and very peaceful. Okay, she will be tranquil and serene and immersed in a path that until now has felt too slow or foreign for you. But this teacher, who is represented by the Pink Lotus Fairy, will assist you in finding more of your soul's true wisdom. Within this time of inner discovery, you will commit to discipline new training in the mental realms. Yeah, you might have gone a bit like mental, okay, just like when is this going to happen? It is happening in divine timing. Okay. But this teacher, who is represented by the Pink Lotus Fairy, will assist you in finding more of your soul's true wisdom. Within this time of inner discovery, you will commit to discipline new training in the mental realms, study, and physical movement that is unfamiliar to you, all of which helps you to naturally choose thoughts that are empowering and enlivening, yet completely authentic and real. You will learn to be still and to listen to the beat of your heart without giving in to restlessness or the critical voice inside or the cliches the ego loves to trip you up with. Okay. After you have learned more discipline through peaceful practice of meditation or exercise of mantras, you will nurture yourself more willingly, without guilt, and you will have returned to a place of tranquility, self-love and peace. You will bring into balance your own shadows and light. Don't worry, you will be happier and more peaceful, but you won't be boring. You could never be. Divine Feminine, it feels like our energy is being calmed down a bit, okay? We're asked to kind of go within. We seem to be flying quite high at the moment. Okay, the Pink Lotus Fairy speaks. On your journey, on your quest, there are times when it is worth finding that very heavenly place within, where the soul of love resides. In this blissful state, this nirvana, you'll be nurturing some new, very enriching and exciting information and guidance will come to you. It will be very helpful for you to take up yoga, Pilates, or physical exercise that has a spiritual practice attached to it in order to cultivate your inner peace and to receive these messages clearly. And these are all things actually I've been studying today about breath work. And I was going to be next looking into yoga to start bringing these practices into my daily routine. Like I said, when I kind of take myself away from tarot, because this, to me, you know, it's high on my priority list is to get, you know, an energy reading out to you guys. If it helps, then if it helps me, then it helps you. But when I'm not doing that, it's like, okay, how do I fill my time? So it's just kind of, not just that, you're just stepping out of your comfort zone. It's not good to just remain in your comfort zone all the time. Soon a teacher, soon a teacher, guide or mentor will enter your life. When you meet that person, know he is here to demonstrate ways for you to find your own path and to grow and evolve into the being you're meant to be. Go within, look deeply into your heart and find the love that overflows in its secret, quiet places. Your love is rich and warm and flowing still, and it is time for you to renew your connection to the source via the teachings you will be introduced to soon. When you patiently learn from a good teacher who is pure in intent, your powers of focus, telepathy, intuition and inner peace, no matter what the outer circumstances, will be greatly amplified. Wow, that first part there, guys, spoke about a teacher coming to you when she does. And then when the Pink Lotus Fairy speaks, actually says that the teacher's going to be masculine. And I felt that we're doing our own work. It's us we're tapping into. It's our own spiritual guidance that lies within. Our soul essence. I picked up here he's having conversations with himself, like his soul contract that he kind of signed up before he came into his vessel. And you need to go within to be able to connect with that, to actually work out, why is it that I came again? Could you just remind me? So I feel like you're both tapping into you, but it picked up about renewing. And the Divine Masculine has the renewal card here. Where did it say this? About renewing. Your love is rich and warm and flowing still, and it is time for you to renew your connection to the source by the teachings you will be introduced to soon. The Divine Feminine, as you're doing your studying and you're evolving, like the Divine Masculine's picking up on that. Okay, you are a good mentor. You're the Empress. Okay, let's have a look at the divination message, because I've just kind of lost it completely then. Okay, this is what the message states. It's spiritual quest, travel, calm, relaxed, yoga pose, self-love and self-acceptance. Third eye and crown chakra activation, chakra awakening, connection to all, crown chakra connected to the universe, receiving universal love messages. Universal love messages. Not love messages from the Divine Feminine. Well, they are, but they're universal ones, okay? Self-connected peacefully to the earth, peaceful flowing energy in the body, tranquil, sublime spiritual moments of connection. You don't want to miss out on all that because you want it so desperately in the physical right now. What about the connection? What about the spiritual connection? Sublime spiritual moments of connection, blessings showering upon you due to correct relationships with body and soul. Time to take a class, course or new study program. Time to welcome in a new teacher, either in the form of a physical being or perhaps a path that speaks to your heart at this time. Or a spirit guide who resonates with you. Know that while this path and tranquil, eastful? Okay. Know that while this path and tranquil, easeful philosophy may seem out of character for you, it is a deep and true part of yourself that has long yearned for acknowledgement, fulfillment, and the nirvana that is on its way. Wow, that was quite a strong reading. I do feel like we need to speak to the Mother Mary. Just take hair off of me. Okay, let's end this with the Mother Mary. have the card, Our Lady who gives peace, who gives good pieces of advice. Not that kind of peace, Lucy. Doesn't give a peace of mind. That's what I feel like. You want to give the Divine Masculine some knowledge, a piece of your mind. And it's like, well, you're going to have to do that energetically. Okay? It's time to be peaceful and serene, Divine Feminine. You can be excited and peaceful at the same time. A peaceful excitement. Okay. 32. You have been holding on to deep concern, and I ask you to hand it over to me now. Allow me to offer you a gift in exchange for your devotion and trust. I offer you the gift of peace. Peace that all is now resolved. Peace that the material situation is flowing towards perfect completion. And my peace be with you now, my child. That faith card there. Okay, you need to apply faith. Handing over a concern to the Divine Mother can sound easier in theory than how it is experienced in practice. We might think that we are handing something over, but if we are worrying about it again in 5 minutes or 5 days, then we have taken it back again. Handing something over means a complete and utter letting go of. Not a letting go of, just letting go. Handing something over means a complete and utter letting go, a surrender of attachment to the outcome, and a willingness to trust that what is meant to be will be. It is based on an acceptance that the Divine wants the best for us, and that whatever happens will best serve us, irrespective of whether we are initially thrilled or initially disappointed in the result. We can ask for what we want with great passionate enthusiasm, and then ask that what we are given serves us best. When we pray in this way, we allow the Divine to present us with opportunities and solutions that will supersede any concepts we could have come up with on our own. We allow the Divine brilliance to be. Mother Mary can bring us a gift of inner peace when we approach our spiritual life in this way. That doesn't mean we don't care, that we check out of our relationships and our world. It means that we are blessed with an ability to accept what is and to relax in trust of what is yet to be. We put in our effort and our prayer, and then we let go. The gift of peace comes as a sign that we have indeed let go. We are just allowing life to be. In times of great spiritual growth, there is near constant uncertainty. A seemingly endless process of transition can be experienced if you are on an accelerated spiritual path this lifetime, which is highly likely to be the case as you are attracted to this oracle deck, which resonates at such a vibration. It is a precious resource to be able to find a place of peace that doesn't stop us from growing, but empowers us to relax and trust with contentment in our process, even when our process is one of great tests or challenges. Mother Mary comes to you through this oracle with a message to be heeded. You are either in a situation now where you feel tested and challenged and are uncertain as to whether or not you should be worried, or you are going to have an issue that comes to a head soon, which may feel challenging to you. Do not fear. She says this: I am with you. I am your cloak of protection and the eye in your heart that shows you the way through. Trust me and allow me to bring you peace. From that peaceful place within, you will be able to make choices that help you greatly. You will be inspired by the inner guidance from the Divine Mother, which flows more easily into your peaceful mind. Do not worry if you do not see a way forward at this moment. That is a question of timing only. At the right time, nudges are given and a way forward becomes visible. If you cannot see a solution right now, that does not mean that there is no solution. It simply means that the threads of the situation or issue are still being unknotted. Have you ever tried to quickly unpick a knot? In a hurried fashion, the threads become tighter, and in a relaxed fashion, they can easily and instantly unravel. With the gift of peace, your life may seem to slow down, but the resolution of problems will quicken. Open to her gift of peace and experience this for yourself, beloved. Okay, Divine Feminine, how awesome. At least we know the deal. Healing process and affirmation. Sense yourself standing on a clear, bright day in a beautiful place in nature. As you explore this place in nature, you find a woman in long white robes holding out her hands. As you move closer, you notice that she is smiling at you. And as you look down at her hands, white roses appear. She asks you what is troubling you. Tell her. If you are not sure, tell her that. You then say, Mother Mary, who loves me unconditionally, please help me now. I hand over my problems to you and ask for peace. Help me know when to act and when to wait, and help me find the best way through this situation. Thank you. She smiles at you and gently raises her hands until white rose petals cascade around you, slowly falling to the ground around your feet, perfuming the air with soft fragrance. See, sense or feel or smell the descending petals around you and at your feet. Stay with that sensation, strong or subtle, for several long, slow breaths. If you can, sense her peace in your heart and know that she has taken your troubles and is gifting you with a solution which will manifest itself in your life in the perfect time and the perfect way. Finish your healing with this affirmation. The peace of the Mother fills my heart as I let go into her endless genius and grace. Oh, that's just perfect, guys. Okay. Have yourself a very peaceful, relaxing, serene weekend. And I will catch up with you on Monday. But I'm going to get off and read the chapter about us going the extra mile. Okay, take care. Much love. Bye for now.